Hi guys, Andrea Unger here, and sometimes I'm asked about trading signals. And what my opinion is and so on. So obviously you know that my main activity is in this field to teach you how to develop your trading systems. Because I believe that when you develop your own stuff, you are totally comfortable with it. And I push, it's better to teach how to fish rather than give you a fish to eat. The point is that if somebody really wants to purchase trading signals instead of developing his own stuff, there are a number of things to consider. First of all, who is selling you these signals? You must trust that person. You must believe that that person is a decent person where you can trust anything they do, and that he's not certainly cheating you anyway. This is very important. It's not easy because you don't really know personally everybody, but it's something you have to try to understand. The second point, very important one, is what kind of signals are you getting? How are the signals delivered? If, for example, you get a signal suddenly in the day, I entered here at 10.42. Now I have to go immediately enter. So I mean, if you are a worker in a factory and you are there on the machine, you cannot stop your activity, go and place the order. This is not doable. It's not doable. So you have to be careful about what you are purchasing, because if you cannot use it the way it should be used, you will not take any advantage of it, even in case it were a good service, because you cannot use it properly. So you have to cope with your daily activity and to check how you are getting the signals, what kind of signals, and to see if you can merge these two things together. If you can really see that you can use the service you are purchasing 100% the right way. This is very important. And another thing is to analyze the service itself, what they promise. If you see sort of this equity line, well, would be very nice if it were true, but I have some doubt when I see these things. I mean, when it's too good to be true, normally it is not, so you have to start being suspicious about that. One thing you have to try to check out is the average trade. The average trade is a measure of how robust the trades are when you apply them. So if the average trade is too small, you know that any small change in the conditions in your application might change completely the outcome. If, for example, you trade the euro bond and you have an average trade of 12 euros, guys, the euro bond has a tick value of 10 euros. So already one tick is cancelling all the gain. Moreover, if commissions are not included, you have also to calculate that you have to add costs, trading costs from the broker and so on. So actually, you have to be careful about what you purchase. When if the average trade is not large enough to be sure that if you don't apply exactly at the same conditions that you are told your trades, you still get something out of them, and you don't risk to wipe everything in the worst way. It means entering at different prices that do not lead to any profits anymore. It is very, very important. So actually, I still suggest you to learn to develop your own strategies, because once you develop your own strategy that is really fitting your characteristics, you get the winning tool. But if you can't, because you are not willing to, because you have no time, which is possible, you might have so much to do that you cannot really apply. This is not something that you learn from morning to evening. You have to study hard, you have to train and so on, so it takes time. If you don't have the time, but you still want to take advantage of the skills of somebody, you can consider purchasing his signals. But again, be sure that what you are purchasing is fitting you. Who, how, and what it looks like. Everything is very important to be evaluated. If you can study, do it yourself. If you can't, then you will take advantage of somebody, like I will be investing in a fund. I want to take advantage of the skills of those people managing the fund. It's perfectly fine. check carefully. Check carefully what you are getting out there, if it fits you and if it has been at least true. That's it for now. Ciao from Andrea Unger. Stay tuned. Enjoyed it? Click the link below and you will be noticed as soon as new material is available.